All right. Welcome back to Making Williams Great. We are at part 6 now. So I'm recording this because, that's funny. I just realized if you look in the bottom right there, you can see the date is the 27th, which is funny because today's date is the 27th, and F1 Manager 2023 is supposed to be out in early access. However, it hasn't told me it's ready yet, so we're doing this. And as the Elden Ring server is down for some reason, so I can't continue with the spells only challenge run, we're doing this instead. So anyway, we are here at Monaco, so we will continue to the race weekend.
Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation.
Alright, so, as always, we'll switch Logan here out to hards. 10, 16, 8, 2, 3, 5, and 8, 5. Now the bright side to the new game coming out is that since Williams actually hired Logan in real life, I won't have to hire him. So that's good. Now let me just switch his engine out here for that one. I swapped the underfloor out, right? Yes, I did. Because surprisingly, despite the fact that it's been quite some time, 70, 80, I actually still remember what's going on. Which, it surprises even me. Normally I would have forgotten by now, but, 32, oh yeah, we can still get a whole weekend out of that at least. So back to 10 again. 16, it was 8-2, I believe, yes, and 3-5, and 8-5, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was. There we go, we'll take a few laps out because his tires will be screwed. No, actually no point to save because I, literally just loaded the save, so we won't lose any progress.
Radio check.
Radio check.
It is green now.
Send him out too, because by the time he gets out there, he'll have enough space. I'm really looking forward to the new one. I really hope they're gonna have a lot more cool stuff. I know they're adding sprint races, so that'll be interesting.
We are expecting rain pretty soon.
That's nice. It doesn't matter. We're going super slow, so it really doesn't make a difference. And I mean, I've tested it, so you're relatively safe to put them on super conservative and to keep them out on hards even when it's raining. And I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm just super lucky and haven't had any wrecks because of it. But so far, it seems to be a common thing that they don't wreck up. I guess to be fair, my drivers do kind of suck at the start, so there's that too. I guess locking up and stuff is common for them.
What's
So
your
there's that.
thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
86. That should be fine for this practice session. And he's 95. Perfect. Okay, yeah, no, he doesn't even need to really come in. I'll let him get close to 500, and then I'll bring him in. Actually, I might as well let him get, because there's 33 left, so I might as well let him get 500, and then we'll call him in, because that's the max he can get anyway. There we go. We'll call him in now. And then we'll see what the app says. I'm curious if the app's gonna work for the other one. Might end up having to develop an entirely new app. There we go, finally.
Copy.
Alright, optimal, 2 greats, and then 2 optimals. Alright, so let's see what it says. You go down to 30, you go down to 70. We have to change the fuel. There we go. Now he'll work on that. There probably won't be enough time for him to get full feedback, but it should be fine. I mean, at 95, there's really not much to change, so I mean, it really doesn't matter, honestly. 95 is more than enough. One feature that I'm hoping that they'll add eventually to one of, be it the new one coming out sometime today, whenever it decides it wants to go early access, and or any subsequent games, would be if they added like updated livery, where like every subsequent season would be updated to the real life livery. That'd be pretty cool. I'm also curious if they're going to eventually add the ability for you to create an imaginary team, like in the F1, like the actual racing games, where you can make the your own team. I mean, probably not, because it is meant to be a simulation. So, but we can hope.
The checkered flag is now out.
Come on, just get the last feedback. Rude. That's fine. It won't take them long to get the one. Alright, so you, Logan, you need... Why do you do that to me? Why can't you just... Thank you. A great, a good, 2 greats, and an optimal. And then you want me to bring that down to 2.5 and that to 4.5. Suppose it helps if he has fuel. And then you, sir, can have some hard tires. And your setup should be fine. Fill up his gas tank. Save just in case something happens. You never know. At this point, I might as well delete my old save.
Ready to check?
And then we'll send them out.
Ready to check?
Alright.
How's the balance?
Oh, yeah, right off the bat. Okay, 94. Again, we'll leave him out because we still have a full day. And honestly, anything over 90, you know, I don't worry about it. I don't know, it'd be different if, like, you know, if this was P3, I'd bring him in just because, you know, it's so early. He's not got much of a bonus for being out anyway. But we've got a whole other practice session, so...
There is a small
Yeah,
swing.
yeah, it's fine. They're all conservative. I know. Another thing I'm hoping is, I'm really hoping that they fix some of the jankiness that comes with playing at times 16 speed in the new one. I know there are a few changes I'm hoping for, but you know, overall the game is still, you know, really fun. So whatever. I mean, at the very least, like I said, I know for a fact that they're adding sprint races. 92. Okay, well, you're fine. We'll let them get their track accumulation up. So we still have all of P3, so... And Logan's track acclimation will be finished this this practice session, so... And we'll worry about Logan's setup getting 100% with the next practice session. I didn't check the weather. I'm not sure if it's supposed to rain race day or not. I guess by the looks of this weekend, it's looking like it's supposed to. It doesn't matter. Honestly, we're probably not going to do very well on this track, as it does rely heavily on top speed and DRS, and that's kind of where we're falling apart right now. Well, I guess he's at 100%, so he might as well come in, and we can get his setup changed. And then we'll figure out where he's at. Can you come in, sir? Thank you. Alright, well, that's better than before. Optimal, great, great. Good. And then optimal. Okay. Down to 9.1, down to 15, down to 3.5. There we go. That'll take care of him for that. And then he'll spend the last 6-7 minutes getting his first couple feedbacks. Gives a head start on next practice session. Assuming that setup isn't perfect anyway. Come on, man. Get 2 before the session's over. Don't be that way. There we go. Alright, so that's that practice session out of the way.
Here we are, back for another day of Formula One action, where practice wraps up and quality.
Okay, so we'll give him 20, 30 laps. 30's fine. Set him on conservative, same as always. Put him on mediums. Whoops, not softs, mediums. 94%. He went down a little bit. Optimal. 2 greats. And then, okay, so everything stayed exactly the same. That's kind of messed up. To 8.5. Good enough. Save again because saving. And same as usual, we'll get Hogger out there first since he needs track acclimation.
It's green now.
Alright, and Logan can go work on his setups. Now he does already have that head start, so that's nice. And by the looks of it, we'll be at 100% part knowledge by the time this practice session's over, so that's good. I know, it's fine, don't worry about it. Please be 100.
What's your thoughts on
97. Well,
doing any more?
come on in, let's see if we can fix it. Alright. So you have optimal, optimal, great, and then optimal. Fine setup. 310 and 2.5. And that should give him more than enough time to give me feedback on that as well. As I said in a previous episode, you can change your setup in P1 and it will still tell you whether it's better or not. Or not P1, sorry, Q1. Curious how they're going to change all the mini games for the setup and all that kind of stuff in the new one.
How does it feel?
91, that's even worse. Alright, well he's gonna have to come in now if we're gonna get him to give us feedback before Q1. Alright, so you are optimal, good, great, and 2 optimals. Oh, whoops. I put things in the wrong spot. Good. Great. There. Fine setup. That feels like not enough to adjust, but sure, I guess. Whatever you say, man, you're in charge. Come on, he needs at least 25 minutes. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Alright, get out there. Get your feedback. Hurry up. Now, to be fair, I think he does get feedback faster than Logan does. I guess to be fair, it's not Logan. It's actually the feedback rate, I guess you want to call it, is actually a stat on the race engineer. Okay, he's got 2. So far, so good. Just need to get 3 more before the race is over. 100%. Okay, so Logan's good. Now, to be fair, even if this setup is whatever, we can still revert him back to the 90. Was it 95? I think was the highest confidence. So. So you always have that safety net, so don't be afraid, like if you get a 92, 93, don't be afraid to change the setup, because you're not going to lose the progress, right? Like you can always revert to the highest confidence. Come on, get the last one.
What do you think?
97, well, I mean that's as high as it has been. I have a feeling it's probably going to be as simple as just adjusting the tow out, so. Oh no, I've done this a lot, and every time it's like 1 or 2 or 3%, it's always the tow out. Alright, so that's the end of P3, so either way though, we got the 15 bonus on both drivers, so, and as you can see, the 15 bonus is incredibly OP. Alright, so I am just going to clear the feedbacks, please. Optimal, great, and then optimals. Guess I just want to see what it's going to tell me to do. Okay, it's going to tell me to bring the tire chamber down by 0.25 or 2.25 rather, and that down to 10. So we'll try it and see what happens. Like I said, it will tell us whether it's worse or better. Alright, so we will go to qualifying, and just gonna pause you right quick there.
Radio check.
That's a lot of traffic, so we'll wait until the tail end there to send them out. At this particular point in time, there's no point for us to send them out twice, because you know we're not good enough to be able to actually post good times. It's alright though, we're getting there. Once we finish upgrading our design center, that'll allow us to research 3 things at a time, and that'll, you know, give us a edge on everyone. One more pip, come on. There we go. Alright, go. Wait till he's to the car, and then we'll, there we go, and then we'll send him out as well. Fast forward until their hot lap. And stop. I don't expect them to post any good, you know, super good time, but you know, it is what it is. Anything is whatever. They're still getting experience, so. I've said it in a previous episode. Every qualifying session is 30 points of XP, and all they have to do is participate. Oh shit, wait. Nope. 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 Go back. Full stop. Full stop. I did it again. I forgot to swap out the engines and whatnot. I really hope that in the new one there will be a warning that will tell you that. For the dum-dums like me that don't remember. Some of us have short-term memory, you know, issues, and we can't remember things short-term. And to be fair, there's no way that if I was in charge of an actual race team that the staff would let me actually go forward with the race with the terrible parts. Somebody would be like, sir, you're an idiot. It's alright. Fortunately, it won't take very long, so. And we won't get past Q1 anyway, so it doesn't. Or maybe. I don't know. Maybe we might. We might be starting to get to that tipping point where we're going to start performing better. I don't know. I believe last time it was race 14 where we started performing better. But to be fair, I made a lot more mistakes last time. Mainly because I had no idea how to play the game. Also, I knew nothing about F1 when I bought this game. It was actually a interesting learning curve for me because I was learning the game, and as I was learning the game, I was actually learning a lot of things about F1. Yeah, it's crazy how much engineering goes into something as simple as just like the front wing on the car. Mm, 17th, and he'll probably get like 19th. Oh shit, he got 16th. What the hell? Damn, bro. Good job. Alright, well now that they've posted their times, we can go back to 16 speed. Not really any point to send, do another round. We're gonna get eliminated anyway. Yeah, 18th and 19th. Or 18th and 20th, sorry. But it's alright. We'll do better soon. So
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
Williams had a good performance.
alright, we will go medium hard for you, and we will go hard soft for you. Why not? What are the... Whoops, yep, that's... Yeah.
I don't want to tempt fate.
Not what I meant to press, but, you know, it works.
As we look at the lineup on the grid. We're here and the streets are above.
That's alright, we can pause at the start of the race, so no big deal.
And it's lights out and away we go.
Whoops, not what I wanted. That, that, and that. What I wanted was to check the weather, and yeah, we look alright. Okay, we should be fine.
Stop, lift and coast. Stay cool, man. You did a good job.
Alright, so we will, oh, he's actually ahead of, Logan. Cool.
Good job.
So same as always, we'll let them run out, 10 laps and see where they're at before we start fast forwarding. Again, like I said earlier, this, it probably won't take that long because this is mostly a high-speed race, and since we haven't put much time into a new rear wing, we're falling behind on top speed, so, it is what it is. As long as they get good experience and don't wreck the car, then I really couldn't care less. So he got a pass. Good job.
Position just gained by Williams.
Well, I mean, so far so good. We're doing decent. We got a few passes going on. Got a few, I'm tempted to set them to don't fight teammates. But in my experience, all it does is make them be stupid. I'm gonna do it though. We'll try it for a few laps here and see what happens. And in my experience, putting them on don't fight teammates just makes them never pass each other, even when they should. And it just, I don't understand. Oh, that's one thing. Be interesting in the new one if they add some more orders for the drivers rather than simply just hold the cars behind them back and don't, and do or don't let teammates pass.
DRS enabled.
Like give them orders like, like pass them on the left or pass them on the right or, something like that. Like, I don't know, make it a little more engaging. I don't know, I guess we'll see, whenever the early access starts. I don't know, it was supposed to start, like, 4 hours ago when it still hasn't told me it's ready yet, so I don't know what to tell you. Either way, when it comes out, I definitely will, be doing some videos on that, and I'll still be doing this, of course, so, there's that. I'm gonna finish at least 2 seasons of this, and then, I'll decide whether and by 2 seasons, I mean I'll end this season and I'll end the next season. And, after that, I'll decide if I want to continue playing, this one, or if I'm just gonna transition to, the other one. We'll see. Alright, well, we are beginning to fall behind a little bit, so I'm gonna tell them to fight each other again. And then, oh, yeah, that would be a reason, because I'm a stupid that's not paying attention. Too busy running my mouth, not paying attention. We'll put them balanced there. I don't like to go past 0.8. Now we are maintaining 18th and 19th, so that's quite good. But, I mean, as you can see, the disparity between Vitelli and Hogger is quite great. So... And so if Stroll, if and when Stroll gets past us, then it's GG. But just check the weather just to be safe, and it still says clear. And we will start performing better in races later, but for now we're still, kind of gonna be shitty. Yeah, it is what it is, though. That's how it is. They're new drivers, inexperienced, so. But long term, they have more growth potential than the better drivers, so it's, short-term loss, long-term gain. Come on, pass him. No, of course, yeah. Can't give me the things I want. Well, I mean, bright side, those two pitting did let Hogger catch up to them quite a bit. It's alright though. Like I said, this is one of those tracks that's, it's all about top speed, and that's not going to favor us.
Okay, box.
Copy, boss.
Oh, you got past him. Well, we tried. You might be able to catch up to him. Or not. Yeah, see what I mean? Crazy how much faster. once we get that, because the next thing on the list for us to improve the car is putting our full focus into a really good rear wing. And once we get that, that'll make things way different. Until then, unfortunately, we just gotta, gotta take the L. But you know what they say, you can learn a lot more from a loss than you can a victory. I might actually catch him. Of course, he'd hit his pit window now. If Logan can get past Stroll before Hogger has to pit, then there's a chance that he can maintain the 18th position. So let's just tell him to, giddy up and he can get the pass. Now he does have a couple laps to figure it out, so and the bright side is it looks like there is a Haas between Hogger and Stroll, so come on, man. Okay, I'm gonna switch that to neutral just because he's so close to being empty. What kind of tires is he on? Hards as well. Okay, so the bright side is he's not that much faster than him. So he's just a better driver. And I don't even think he's that much better. I don't, or at least as far as standing goes, like overall rating. Oh yeah, there's definitely a Haas between him and Hogger, so that's good. It looks like on that turn, it looks like there might actually be a couple cars between them. Come on, man, just pass him. Why do he suck so bad? I'm gonna set him back to balance simply because he's
Okay on fuel, so you can do
we're
what you want
close to the
speed.
point where he's gonna start running out.
Copy.
I don't know, he might get to pass, who knows? We'll just let it play out like it's gonna play out. If he gets it, he gets it. If he doesn't, whatever.
Box.
Copy, pitting.
To be fair, Hogger's on soft, so he might actually catch up. Yeah, 9 seconds behind. He might actually catch up to Sargent. And with only 3 seconds between him and Stroll, there's a chance he might catch Stroll before the race is over. And there's still 13 laps left, sorry. So, you never know. He could do it. If we just pause right quick so I can tell him to fuck off. And I'll keep him on not fuck off mode. There we go. Now he might be able to actually catch him, maybe. Because Stroll is on hards. So... And at this point, they should probably... yeah, they're about 50%, so you never know. He might catch him. I know, it's fine. Stop worrying about it. I sometimes know what I'm doing. Okay, well, maybe he's not gonna catch him. Well, he tried. Oh well. Like I said, we were destined to lose this race anyway, because it's more about top speed, and
Max
that's where
Verstappen over the
we're
finish
screwed right
line
now.
And today's winner.
Alright, and it's still a Ferrari season, so good for them, I guess. That's not super great XP. But you know, it's like that sometimes. You're disappointed, yeah, but I bet you if I go check the thing, it'll say that they're fine. Yeah, see? Satisfied. Can't trust them, man. They're gonna lie to you every time. Board confidence check-in. They are satisfied. They gave us money. I'll check the car development report in a minute. I just want to... okay, the design center is already upgrading. So we will upgrade the wind tunnel. Alright, now let us check the... where is it? Financial monthly car development report. There we go. Oh, we're 15th for high speed. Okay. Well, that's surprising. But we are slowly catching up, because the medium speed was 18th. It's 17th now, so it's good. Anyway. And that should put our tour center at maximum, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. Okay. So that gives us 33,000 a week, and it's going to be huge over time. And we will alright, performance targets we don't care about because we won't be able to do them at this point. Just out of curiosity, where are we at? No, I want current projects, please. Thank you. 20 days. Okay, yeah, so a month. So where will that put us? Well, we got 2 races between then and... okay, so the front wing will be done then. Next week, the side pods will be done. And when the front wing is done, we'll put all of the, because the reset for the CFD hours and aerodynamic testing period ends then. So we'll be able to put all of it into one test, or one development period, I guess, and then get a pretty good rear wing.
A weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Oh, I'd like to say an OP one, but it's, you know, we're not quite at that point yet, where our staff still sucks too much, but you know, it is what it is. Swap out all the good engines. Logan's gonna forever be fucking me up with that because he had his wreck a few episodes back, and Messed up all his engines. I'm down to 2.5, 10.5, 3.7, 280, and 70. Give him a full gas tank. Put him on conservative. We'll swap him out. Same thing for him. Switched all his shitty practice parts. $29. Oh yeah, we can get a whole weekend out of that. That's fine. Run the same for him for now. 2.5, 10.5, 3.7, 280, and 70. Same for him. Give him lots of fuel. Put him on conservative. Drop a save because saves are good. Alright, and then we will see what's going on. See how many times it'll take us to get the 100% set up this time. Oh, last weekend wasn't our friend. Took like 4 attempts. Oh, okay. Yep, that's a glitchy menu, sure. Why not? Why not? Well, and yeah, this race is going to be more of the same. You know, top speed is going to be king here, and that's obviously where we're going to fall apart. Until we get that new rear wing, it's going to be the same story, you know. But you know, it is what it is. It's like I said, man. You know, it's gonna be towards the end of the season. We'll start really giving people a run for their money. Oh, somebody crashed. Well, that's good for us. Now, I still don't know if they're subject to the same financial things that you are. But they most definitely take engine, ERS, and gearbox damage. So, either way, that's good for us. And in my experience, it seems like they, when they get down to a certain point, they'll just get another one and take the grid penalty. So, sir. Okay, you didn't hurt the car, so I don't give a shit.
Did somebody spin out there?
Yeah, well, where you at? 85? Well, that's not as great as I'd hope, but, you know, still good enough to keep him out there for now.
How's the balance?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of... Oh, optimal. Okay, so, okay, it's probably just the tow out needs to be changed. That's good for him. I'm looking forward to the sprint races. I mean, I guess since I'll be playing as Williams in that one as well, it'll be more bad for me than anything. But, I don't know. I'm looking forward to new features. It'll be fun. Like I said, I really hope that they, add some kind of system where, the livery updates and, you know, like, next year's livery obviously is gonna come out, and then they can do that, right? Like, so that'd be cool if they did that. Oh no, it's hard to say what all they'll add though. We'll see. To be fair, I'm sure this game did much better than they thought it was going to. I really don't think they expected it to do as good as it did. I don't know, so it seems like now it's probably going to be a yearly thing, same as all the other sports games, so... Yeah, I figured it was way bigger than they thought. I don't know. I mean, it's. I've said it before, you know, in a previous episode where it was It reminds me a lot of the B-Spec mode from Gran Turismo back in the day, and you know, I always enjoyed that when I was younger. I don't know, it's also nice to have a game like this when you're just, you know, like if you're grinding in an RPG or something, to have just on the side in the background. Alright, so that's P1. He's probably, Hogger's car is pretty set, so it'll probably just be a small adjustment. He's 85, so that's not super great, but... Actually, I'm curious, does car performance setup, what is that? You don't tell me? Well, that's rude. Okay, oh, it's 9 out of 15, but it doesn't tell me how much it's giving me of the bonus. That's kind of rude. Anyway, let's see if we can fix his car here. So you have optimal, all greats, except bottom one's good. Whoops, nope, that's not optimal, that's great, thank you. You are good. Fine setup. 3-5. 11. You stay the same. 2-7. Whoops, wrong way. And 6-5. Give him lots of gas. Swap him to mediums. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter too much because, you know, the mediums will last a lot longer since he's on conservative. He's really not going to use much wear. He can go to hards. And you are all great except for cornering. Okay. Or all optimal, rather, sorry. Alright, up to 8.5 and up to 80. Lots of fuel for you. Alright, and then... There, we'll just drop a save just in case. Like I've said before, it can get really janky when you times 16 a lot. You never know when it's going to crash.
Radio check. Radio check.
It should be green now.
Alright, wait for the safety car, or I guess the turn. Okay, fine, fair enough. Works for me. And I'm actually super curious to see all the features they plan to add. I wonder if maybe there's a roadmap that they put online somewhere. I don't know, it's Frontier that is developing it, so they're a good company. They make a game that I've played forever called Elite Dangerous. Now it's a really good game. Well, I should say, I suppose, that that's subjective, as a lot of people don't like it because it's too simulation-y. But, you know, I like it. I know gearbox wear. Don't worry about it. I somewhat know what I'm doing. I'm actually curious to see how much better this season and the start of next season is going to be, since I've fixed a lot of my mistakes I made the first time. Ugh, that's even worse. Why would you do that to me? Come in. Can you get in the pit? Thank you. Alright, let's do this again. Okay, so you're optimal, great, and a bad. And that is... Okay, it's not far enough for me to be able to tell if it's too high or too low, so I will just put bad. Unable to find. Well, that's kind of rude. I mean, again, you know, the app's not perfect. It definitely helps, but, I'm really curious if he's gonna have to, or he or she or whatever, I don't know who made it, if they're, gonna have to create a whole new app.
What do you think?
95, come on, man. How are you gonna go down? Rude. Alright, get out there. Go. Yeah, we'll leave him out, because 95 is still close enough, you know, just to get his track acclimation up. I don't know, if you leave him out for the whole practice session on conservative on hards, he'll be about 60% acclimated by the time the practice session is over. So then you've got lots of time in the next session to just tool around with the setup. I mean, ideally, I like to have the setup for the second driver perfect by the time the practice session 1 is over, since the stand-in driver can only get 500 XP max. That's one thing I'm really hoping they change in the new one. I'm really hoping they let you use whatever driver for the race you want. Because I mean, I've never been. I've played. This will make 4 seasons now in total in this game, and I've never had a situation where I used my reserve driver ever. Somebody wrecked up. That sucks. End of the practice session.
Sounds like there's been a crash. Here's the replay.
Poor Kevin
Just
Magnussen.
focus on the Haas. They've lost control, and there's the crash.
Okay, well technically that was multiple cars, but sure, I guess.
What's your thoughts on
79? That's even worse. What are you doing, man? It's just one of those weekends, I guess. You know, the app's not perfect. It'll do that sometimes. Though to be fair, it could be me too. I've been known to fat things up quite a bit. Yeah, see? 60% track acclimation. He spent the whole time up on conservative on hard tires. So now next session we can just worry about getting his setup right, which shouldn't be hard since he's at 95.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. As our
Yeah, I know. Practice session 3. Don't worry about it. You, sir, we need to get your car right because something is not very happy with your car. So let's revert back to the that. 37, 11. That needs to go to 10.5. That needs to go to 2.5. That needs to go to 80. And then all the confidences stay the same. Okay. There. Now. 3.5. 70. 6.5. 11. Okay. Let's see if that helps. I do find with the app sometimes as well, if you put too many feedbacks in the same one, it'll mess it up. Sometimes you just want to clear all the feedbacks and just input the numbers. Alright, clear feedbacks please, just in case. Never know. There we go. All greats except the last one's optimal. Find setup, please. 2 and 70. Give him a bunch of fuel, same as last time. And save because saving's good. Alright, we'll get Hogger out there first since he needs track acclimation. And then you can go. By the time you get out there, he'll be done. I'm actually really curious how the new one's going to affect your calendar, because if they're adding sprint races, I'm curious if it's going to be like a race in between, or if it's going to be like the the 3 practice sessions, the sprint, and then the qualifying and then the race, or if it's going to be like the practice sessions, the qualifying, and then the sprint and then the race. I don't know. And who knows? F1 might actually do it away. I don't know. I really don't know much about real life F1. I actually only started kind of following F1 in real life when so I bought this game. And then I hired Logan Sargent, and then I saw on my Google newsfeed that Williams actually hired Logan in real life, and I found that funny. So I started following F1 because that was hilarious. Still waiting for them to hire Hogger. 79. Come on, man. I need you to stop that. Come on. Thank you. Alright, so... yeah, it's the same thing you told me last time. So we'll clear the feedbacks this time. Because that's probably where it faffed up last time. And then we'll, you are great. Oh, hey, the braking's optimal. Usually that's the last thing to get optimal. That's funny. And that, I believe that that's too low. So I'm going to put too low. So go to that, and go down to 10, go up to 2.8, up to 3, up to the whole. That looks about right. I don't think 18 laps is enough for him to get full feedback, but we'll see.
How does it feel?
I don't want great. I want you to be fucking finished, man. Come on. I mean, it is what it is. 97 is good enough that I'm not concerned about it, but it would be nice if you get the full 100. Stop. Get out there. Hopefully he's got enough time to get feedback. I don't know if he does. Maybe. Either way, we can always revert to the highest confidence, so it's not a big deal. I mean, we're not going to do super good this race anyways. Too much high speed. There's no point to bring him in. He's at 100 now for track acclimation, but he doesn't have enough time to give us feedback, so... we'll just suck it up. He's got 97 anyway, so he'll be fine. Come on, get your last feedback. Do me a solid, man. Have at least 90%. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take it. I mean, 94 is way better than the 80-something he had, so... alright, well, it's end of P3, so... we'll see how they do in qualifying. Probably be more of the same, but, you know, who knows? You never know. They surprise me sometimes. Oh, Logan doesn't have the full bonus. That sucks. Just out of curiosity, we'll, oops. Clear your feedbacks. All greats, except the bottom is optimal. I feel like we've been here before. I swear he gave me that exact feedback once already. Down to 1.5 and down to 90. Alright, we'll see what that does.
Radio check. Radio check.
Holy crap, Askis, that is a mess of traffic. We will wait until it starts to dip there, I guess. And then if we send him out at the second last pip before the dip in the traffic, then his flying lap should be on the dip. In theory. In theory. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. There's not much pressure anyway. It's not like we're going to get podium this race anyway, so, you know, no pressure. Hurry up, please. Get to the last pip. There we go. Alright, get out there. And we'll wait for him to get to the turn. There we go. Alright, and he can go as well. Fast forward until he starts his flying lap. And there we go. Stop. That's crazy how well, last time I did this, how well they were doing in second season, especially at the start. Like, it was crazy. If you do it right, you can actually develop a brand new version of every single part before the season starts. Um, 1:43.6. Well, he's got 40 seconds. Figure it out, man. Alright, well, it looks like he's gonna post a decent time. By the time he gets there, probably, say, like 43? Okay. Well, 46, alright. Well. Fair. I'm an idiot. I didn't change the fucking parts again. Yeah. No, I didn't change the parts again. I really need them to add a assistant in the new one that's like, hey, stupid, change your parts. Because, like, there's no way you can convince me that a real race team would allow me to make such a stupid mistake. They'd be like, yo, sir, you're a fucking idiot. Change the parts out. Oops. I keep forgetting he's backwards. And just use that one, whatever, don't care. And go! Again.
Ready to check? Ready to check?
Excuse me? Oh. Yeah, that's... Oh, I didn't save after P3. Oh, I'm a stupid. Okay, well then I guess put the bad parts back on. Luckily, nobody ever said I was good at games. So, there's that. Oh, actually, I guess I can switch you down to what that says. Since we were testing a new setup for him anyway. And then you, sir. 10, 5, 3, 7, 8, 5, 70. Okay, so he's still what he was. Alright. Now, if I can not be as stupid and remember to save. Go. I could have just left it. It didn't really matter. We were gonna finish last anyway. Oh well. Fortunately, it won't take that long anyway, so there's that. Good old 16 times speed. I wonder if they're gonna add like 32 times speed in the new one. I would find it amusing. It would definitely make the game even more janky than 16 times speed, but I would still find it amusing. I mean, the bright side to me making mistakes is we can fix things, so that's good. With any luck, his setup will be 100%, and it'll make up for me faffing things
What's
up.
your thoughts on coming in?
Well, 98, fair enough. I'll take it. I mean, with it being 98, it's probably only his toe out that needs to be changed. I might as well call him in, I guess. Alright, and then all optimal. Yeah, except brake stability, which means it's definitely just toe out that needs to be changed. And then fine setup down to 8.5. And then take some gas out. It'd be nice if they just automatically put how much gas is the maximum. You can stay out, I guess. I could bring him in and try for 100. He's still got 4 kilometers to the pit. It's fine. He's fine. I don't care that much. He's fine. Either way, now they'll both have the 15 bonus, so. And that's the whole point, so. Alright, there's his old bonus. That's good for him. I wouldn't mind a 32 times speed right now. I feel like Logan takes forever to get feedback. It's terrible. But and I guess to be fair, it's what's his face? I forget his. I can't remember if it's the Chris guy with him or if it's the other guy. Either way, feedback is a skill that the race engineers have, not the drivers. So, you know. Come on, you have 4 minutes. Get the last one. Tell me. Come on, man. Why you do me like that, man? It's fine. Whatever. Whatever. We're not getting perfect this time. We'll just send them with what they got. And now, with the failure fresh in my memory, I can remember to change out their parts and save the game. No, not that one. Save that one. We can just revert him to his 98%. That's good enough. We'll just click revert on him just because. Whoops. Nope. Change his parts. Nope. That's the wrong one. Thank you. And then we will save. Not that it matters, because now I've actually changed their parts, so there's, you know, unless the game crashes, there's no point.
Radio check. Radio check.
Alright, and we will speed our way through this, since we should already be halfway done the race by now. You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't mess things up, so there's that. One more. Thank you. Go.
There's been a crash.
Oh shit, somebody crashed? Are you fucking with me? I don't see the thing. I don't see a press Y. Who knows, maybe I'm hearing things. To be fair, I have played this game a lot. Times 1. Oh yeah, Verstappen definitely fucked up. He's got plus 18. So yeah, no, he definitely fucked up. Yeah, it didn't pop up the prompt for me to watch it though, so it does that though. Like I said, 16 times speed really makes the game act weird. To be fair, simulating all the physics the game is simulating at the same time at 16 times regular speed is quite a feat. So it was, I believe, 146 last time, so let's see what it is this time. It's the fucking same time. Why do I do things? I could have just left it. Oh well.
The checkered flag is now out.
Alright, well that's qualifying then anyway. Oh, apparently Verstappen must have got fucked up real bad. Oh yeah, I guess he would have been in the pit fixing.
Time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Williams had a good
Alright. We will put you medium. No, don't trash that, please. Click that. Thank you. Medium hards. We will. I guess we'll put you soft hards. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Why is it telling me that he's not at the highest confidence? Okay, why are you not at the highest confidence? Why didn't you revert like I told you to? Weirdo. Anyway, we will save and get this over with. See what kind of experience we can get for this race. Hopefully better than the last race, because that was not super great experience for us. Same as always, first up to 10 laps on times 1 speed.
That's it.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I'm surprised he didn't get by us there. I mean, his car is way better than ours. Like, by a vast margin. Also, he's a way better driver, so there's that. He's still behind us? Damn. I wonder how do I do that again? I can't remember. Drivers? No. Lap history, was it? Yeah, it was. Was it lap history? Yeah, it was lap history and then car condition. I wonder if he's driving on a messed up engine or something. Whoops. Set you before I screw that up again. Oh shit, I just realized Sargent's in 16th. Good job, buddy.
Doing a good job. Keep pushing.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
If only Hogger would pass the two in front of him, we can have decent positions. Oh yeah, we got the lap up now. Where is he? Verstappen, there you are. 80%, 92.45. Okay, so he's using a shitty ERS, but everything else is fine. I'm surprised he's still He's still behind us. That's no.
Use overtake.
I suppose it's just bad position. Aha, there we go. He got the pass. Good job. Now, we probably won't keep these positions, but again, every single successful pass is 10 experience. As is every successful defense. Actually, I believe it's 5 for every successful defense. And every failed attempt at a pass or a defense is 1 experience. Speaking of, I wonder if they're going to revamp that system in the new one.
DRS is enabled. DRS is enabled.
Now this is where, yeah, Verstappen's about to put us in the dust here. Or not. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Stay back there. I'm perfectly fine with it. The longer he wants to stay back there, the more chance for me to pass more people. Actually doing all right, which is surprising. I guess we're finally at the point where it's going to start tipping in our favor a little bit. I mean, like I said, it was always going to happen. It's just, you know, it's a matter of patience. Once we get that new rear wing at the end of the month, that'll be, you know, that'll be a huge benefit. Alright, well we are just about the point where we're going to start fast forwarding, because I feel like they're not going to gain any positions. Yeah, he's a whole second. I mean, Hogger might pass Vitelli, hopefully. But actually I might be able to prompt him to do it by telling him to go overtake.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, buddy.
Good job.
I mean, nice if we get in the race in, oh, no, he passed him again. If we get in the race in 16th and 17th.
Still a lot to play for. This is good. Come on.
Looks like Aston Martin
We'll start
have just
times
gained
2 a
the
little
race
bit.
position.
Oh, times 1 and times 2 is pretty safe, or at least in my experience. Anything faster when the game starts getting a little janky. I'm amazed that Verstappen is still back there. Crazy.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Damn. That's gotta hurt your feelings. You just got overtaken by the worst team in the game. Terrible. Anyway, we're going to time 16 speed now because I have real life things to do.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And since I plan on running a few races at least in the new one later on today, then I kind of gotta go do things now.
Red Bull moves
Damn,
up.
Hogger, you really gonna lose that all the places? It's terrible, man. It's alright though, because we did get quite a few passes going on. So, and a few decent defenses too, so we should get better, oh yeah, and those count as passes as well, so. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get close to 1,000 XP this time. That'd be nice. Oh, if we can pass all them, that'd be great. You can switch to hards.
Box, box.
Copy, pitting.
Well, Sergeant got past all of them, so that counts as passes for him, so that's good.
Someone spun out.
Oh, Hamilton spun. It's not good. For him. It's good for me. Not for him.
AlphaTauri gained a place.
I was going to switch him to aggressive for now, since he's pitting this lap anyway.
Okay, box, 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 box.
Copy, boss.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Oh shit. Bunch of cars crashed. Interesting. Oh, I see a penalty already. Come on, show me the thing. I know, safety car, show me the thing.
DRS.
Let's take
There
a
we go.
closer look. Now let's look at this. The focus on
Oh, that's a
Tsunoda.
cluster. Did they all wreck up? Oh, that'd be amazing for me. Oh, no, just two of them.
And it's
Okay,
crystal
well,
clear
I mean, it's
who
still
was
good
the
for
wrong
me.
there.
It's just, you know, not as good as it could have been. Oh, hey, and he's out, so that's good. Oh, red flag. Okay, well, it's actually only the,
Let's
I think
take a
that's
look at
third
it.
red flag I've seen.
Let's take another look. There we have Joe.
It's good, though, because it means everyone has to restart at starting position, which means that we get chances to pass people again. So, more XP. I guess... How many? There's... Okay, there's 26 laps left, so I'll put you on mediums. You don't need any... You're fine. I will put you... Should I put him on mediums, or should I keep him on the hards he's on? Fuck it, I'll put him on mediums too. Whatever, worst case scenario, we have to pit. It's not that big of a deal. Game? Game? Thank
All
you.
drivers have taken their positions again. Once more, they're ready to race. And it's lights out. And away we go.
Oh, perfect. We got tons of fuel because of the restart.
Stop
So
it.
now we can go full on the fuel. And Tsunoda's got a penalty. Oh man, poor Tsunoda. He was having a terrible year the last time I played as Williams, and then they fired him at the end of the year, and I have a feeling it's going to happen again this year. Oh, actually, let me tell them not to fight each other. Stop fighting each other. Just pass them. Someone crashed? Damn, man. I mean, it's good for us, but that's... You know, at this rate, they're gonna suspend the whole race. They're gonna just be like,
Let's
nope.
have a look. Okay, so
Sure, I mean,
there
we
we
passed
have
him,
the
but let's watch it.
They've lost control, and there's the crash.
Okay, yeah, he just locked up and went in the wall. I mean, it's good for us, though, because that means that, A, he's going to perform way worse. So he's going to be behind quite a bit, and then he's going to have to pit to fix his front wing. So that, you know, that gives us an edge. Go back to that. Go back to that. And I guess whatever, go back to not being nice with each other. Since apparently you're not going to pass anybody. Because if they're set to not let each other pass, they do get XP for passing each other. So that's something to keep in mind.
DRS will be active.
You can actually cheese the game that way by constantly setting one to conservative and setting the other to full aggressive, and just have them, you know, leapfrog each other the whole race. It's really cheap, but you know, it'll also boost your guys a lot of XP. So. I mean, it's really tedious though, but I mean, if you do it the most optimally, you can get like 2200 XP a race, which is like a development point per race. But I did it last time, and let me tell you, it's boring as hell. It's also a lot of clicking. Like, a lot. Okay, well, they're clearly not going to pass each other, so I'm just going to go 1600 speed because I've got things to do. Now, unfortunately, he's probably going to catch us this, you know, there's enough laps for him to catch us. There's 20 laps left. He'll still catch us. Oh, somebody crashed. Damn. Oh, Schumacher crashed.
It's a crash.
I guess it's that kind of race.
Take a look now.
It's that kind of race this
Just focus on the
weekend.
hands.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. He just bumped the wall. He's fine. He's fine. Maybe some minor rear wing damage. Yeah, see, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want, them constantly passing each other like they're doing. Because that's 10 XP every single time they pass each other. Somebody else crashed, didn't they? Yeah, safety car's out. Someone else crashed. Damn, guys. Oh, Perez is out.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. Let's see what happened there. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Okay.
That crash
Yeah,
is
well,
terrible.
he decided he wanted to give the wall a big old smooch. Alright, well, we will just fast forward. Unfortunately, the safety car means that we're probably gonna get passed by the AlphaTauri behind us. So that's, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Or is it the Alpine? I can't remember. I always mix them up. Yeah, no, it's the Alpine, because that one's the AlphaTauri. I don't know, like I said 100 times, I don't actually know F1, I just play the game. Because it's fun.
And when we restart,
Yay, safety car's over.
control line.
Copy.
Ask people, please. Oh yeah, he's right behind us. Yeah, he's definitely gonna pass us. I mean, it is what it is. Worst case scenario, we'll get 17th and 18th by default because, you know, they wrecked up. So, still good for us. Anyway, 16 speed. Go, go. I got stuff to do, man. Hurry up. Not another.
This is in there now.
Holy crap, baskets.
He's lost control and spun. Here's the replay.
Oh, he just spun. Well, then why is DRS deactivated then if he just spun?
And that spin is undoubtedly
He didn't even hit the wall. Okay, I'm not sure why, but, you know, whatever. I'm sure there's some kind of, like, rule that I don't know about because I don't actually know F1, you know?
That's a good overtake from Alpine. Oh, we've had a spin.
This is a very spinny, crashy race. I mean, not that I really have a problem with it,
Is that
because,
the
you know,
new race
it's good for
position
me,
for Haas?
but, well, I expect more from professional drivers. I'm just going to set him on light because their tires are getting close to being
Gains a
screwed.
position.
And we've got enough fuel, we can make up the tire condition with the gas. So there's no way they're gonna let us finish this race with 13th or 14th place. You're a crackhead if you do that.
Energy.
Copy.
Don't do it, man. We're still the worst team on the grid, remember. Oh yeah, if Logan actually keeps 15th position, we'll have to pay him a bonus because, as per part of his contract, he gets $25,000 anytime he gets anything above 15th. Okay, I'm just gonna set him to standard and him as well, simply because this is the last lap.
Copy.
I was gonna set him to deploy because he's got plenty of energy.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
And him as well, because he's about to
Use
cross the
energy
finish
if you need it,
line.
use energy.
Yeah, copy.
So this is last lap. Last lap, you can push
Oh.
the tyres.
Okay, well, apparently I don't know anything, because that's not last lap. That's fine. They can stay on what they're on. He can stay on what he's on. I'm just going to keep him on neutral for now. Just, for the
You can
straightaway.
use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Copy.
I have pushed tires as far as 18%. I definitely would not recommend it. The tires take a significant hit to performance, anything under 30%.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a Ferrari year this year. I think they've already won enough to make it impossible for anyone else to get first in the constructors. Switching back to neutral for a quick second, and then there we go, back to
Use
deploy.
energy if you need.
Copy.
And we secured 15th and 18th. Okay, perfect. We did super good.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver.
You are 100% right. It was a wonderful result. Oh, beautiful. He got near 1500 XP, and he got almost 12. And they both got a development point. Yeah, see, he got $25,000 because he got 15th or higher. And then, of course, they're super happy. What? What? We're disappointed with the team performance, but are you fucking crackheads? But they're lying, because if I go here and I look, I guarantee you, oh no, they're just satisfied. Okay, crackheads. I'm gonna put it into side pods. And then they both have development points. For him, I'm gonna put it in cornering. For him, I'm gonna put it in reactions. For you, braking. Alright. We'll just fast forward to the next race. And then save. Alright, and so next time it'll be the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.